So on this channel, we do a few different things, partly by design, partly by necessity of the last year. We do theme parks, like you've seen below probably. Occasionally we do food reviews, even though I always give the disclaimer, I'm not a professional food reviewer. And then we also do road trip Tesla vehicles, and that's where we're going today. Today we are going to head up the central coast of California to Cambria for the weekend, specifically because there's a really well-known spot up there to see elephant seals. Elephant Seal Beach, I believe it's called, and there's hundreds of them there, different times throughout the year. We've been there once before with Declan, and that was a couple years ago. So we'll get a little footage of that and see the kind of countryside on the way there. You know, I'll try to bring some new Chargers that we've never shown before, and we should be able to get there with just one Supercharger stop, and then the hotel we're staying at actually has a destination charger, and we've stayed there before. So as long as it's not taken, we'll be able to charge overnight, or at least during the evening, so, you know, we don't hog up the charger overnight. And then we'll check out all the different chargers along the way and the sites and join us on this experience. So 204 miles and 3.5 hours later, we made it to our first and only charging stop in Buellton, California. I did pretty good as far as efficiency getting here. So it's right now, the entire trip was 288 watt hours per mile, and it was 280 or below for the first about 185 miles of it, and then the last few miles we had to climb up the hill to get over it to get to Buellton. So not bad. I had it set at 70 miles an hour cruise control the entire way, and of course we had some pockets of traffic and construction, but for the most part it was pretty clear. So we got here with very little issue and really good efficiency. I've got 33 miles of estimated range left, so we're gonna plug in as a bunch of cars are starting to leave, so we should be able to charge at maximum. So we'll run in, use the bathroom, maybe get some food, and then get back on the road. All right, hopping out. Shameless plug, the Jet Experience. All right, let's grab the charger. It opens it up and plug it in. It's hard I can't see the screen at all, so I don't know if I actually got anything. They've got two spots on the end here that are reserved for handicap, so they want you to use them last. And then here's the sign. It's 2-hour parking from 12 to 8 except for electric vehicle parking, and then 8 p.m. to noon is parking allowed for any vehicles. So this particular Chargers, they let anybody park here basically overnight, and it's right here in a Marriott, so it's possible they might be the ones putting the signs up or something. And then you can't see it because there's a theater right here, but the McDonald's is right behind that. So right now we are charging at a whopping 58 kilowatts. Says 40 minutes estimated time to have enough range to make it, and we've got what was it, about 97 miles to get to the hotel. This is not a Generation 3 Supercharger, so we are sharing right now with how they have it. So we're on a B. It's 3B, and 3A is taken. All the A's are taken, so no matter what, I'm going to be sharing. All right, we're about done charging. It's already reached what it wanted me to, so it reset, and it says 20 minutes to full charge now. We've got 185 miles of estimated range and 97 miles to get to our destination. See if I can get to focus on that. The screen's kind of doing weird stuff. It says we'll get there with 27%, about an hour and a half, and then here's the route. A little bit of red, but it looks like it's actually all on the other side of the road, so we should have smooth driving all the way up there. It'll be dark by the time we get there, but it should be a nice, enjoyable drive. So we got in a little late last night, as you saw from that last clip. It was dark driving in, so we couldn't see anything. But from our room, here is our view. If it'll focus well, we've got a pretty nice corner shot of the ocean right here. As we knew, again, we've been to this hotel before. So right on the other side of the street, there's a couple different paths and stairways to get down to the beach. Then you can walk along the ocean for a pretty big stretch of it. And so as far as where the seals are, it's a little bit to the right of this camera, or up north, about 10 or 15 minutes. So once we get out of the room, I'll kind of show outside of the hotel, and then we'll get up and go see the seals. So here's the back side of the hotel, which is actually where the entrance is. And then here's the car. The parking spot is a little weird. It's not really a spot. You can see the blue line on the bottom here, which marks off for the handicap spot. And then there's like enough room for a motorcycle, basically. And here is the level 2, or the destination charger, I mean, rather. And they've got it marked off now, hotel guest use only. And they actually have a padlock on it, because they said that people often come and try and use the charger, and they particularly don't permit charging for non-guests. So we'll leave it here. I checked with the desk, and they're going to come out and lock it up after we leave. And then here's the back side of the hotel. A little bit of parking, and then there's some parking down the street sides, or the parking lot sides, if you will, that go down like here, and then you can see the ocean in the background.
I'm losing my grip, and I'm starting to drift. Open
Alright, so we just parked at the parking lot for the Elephant Seal Vista viewing area. You can see it's right up on the ocean, of course, and there's quite a few cars here. And down here you can see where the viewing area is. So we're going to walk down there and check it out. So as we're making our way over to the actual viewing area, we can follow the path here. It says don't feed the squirrels, and we can kind of see some of the views here. And it's very windy out here, so you know, there might be a lot of wind noise on the microphone. So here's kind of the start of the official viewing area. You can see it widens out here a little bit, and they've got some little signs up around with some factoids about elephant seals. And where we're heading is just on the other side of that fence down there, where I can see there's a lot. It doesn't look like there's as many as sometimes during the year when you basically can't even see the beach, but it still looks like there's probably 100 or so down there. And so now we're kind of in the area, and you can hear them barking and making their noises. I'll zoom in a little bit. And they're just throwing dirt all over the place. Oh, there's a big male one that's kind of running over towards maybe the baby, or just getting a good flat area. And a lot of the baby seals are feeding right now, actually. These ones down here are getting into some trouble. The one is getting angry. Down the beach a little bit, it looks like they're having a race. Wow, they can move. What? Oh, it's two bulls right there. I wonder if they're gonna fight. So here's another view of the ones we were looking at before. And then what's cool is just a little bit more north, there's a lighthouse that I think on normal times you can visit. And then there's a couple of large rocks out here. We're probably about 15 or 20 miles north of Morro Bay, which is really famous for the Morro Bay Rock, or the Morro Rock, which is this giant shell-looking rock that sits right off the water, and it's very, very, very big. And you can see that the seals just stretch all the way down the beach, all the way down there. And some of them are even pretty high up on the hill as Declan's head comes into the frame. Because you can see where the beach starts to go up the hill, and I can see seals littered all the way up the hill. So that's crazy. Some of them are at the same elevation that we're at right here, because we're on, it's kind of like a boardwalk that kind of follows out so people can walk along without having to get down there. Oh, that's right, I can zoom in a little bit. So there we can really see where the seals are up on the hill. Like there's one that's right here. That's really high up. So that's impressive. So we're all checked out of the hotel, in the car, getting ready to slowly start our trek back down to Southern California. We'll have probably one charger stop on the way, and we're going to do some other activities. We probably won't film much of that, but we're going to go on a little 4-mile loop hike that's right near here. That sounded fun. It kind of hikes out towards the ocean and then back. And then we'll find out what charger we're going to hit on the way home. We have no idea what route we're even going to take. And then we'll take a look at some stats. Right now, leaving, I'm at 242 miles of estimated range. So obviously we'll need at least one stop, and we'll see where that's going to be. so we made it to the Oxnard Supercharger. As we can see, we made a couple stops, but since we left the hotel, 167 miles, or since our last stop, 143 miles, and 270 to 277 watt hours per mile, which is pretty good because I was going an average of 75 the whole way and up and over a mountain. So here it is out on the map. It's in this giant kind of outdoor shopping strip mall area. So I'm gonna go plug in right now. We'll see what it's charging at, as well as how long it wants us to charge before we go. So we're at 2A, which means it's not gonna be a super fast charger, but that's okay because I still don't charge at a super fast rate. But hopefully we're not sharing with anybody. I was trying to follow the naming convention, but it was going AB down here, and then it started changing to all A's. So super confusing. So I'll hop in right now, and it's starting to go up. It says 35 minutes time remaining just to have enough to get home. And we'll see what it's gonna peak out at. We're just past 60, 70, not bad right now actually, for how many people are here. So right around 80 kilowatt hour, or kilowatts, 275-ish per hour, which means our other one might not be getting used right now, if I can even talk. Oh, plus it's up to 100, so let's change that limit down to here. Not that it'll make a big difference. So we'll sit here for a while, charge it up, and then hit the road. All right, so we've been here probably about a half an hour. Got 127 miles per hour that we're down to charging. We've added 120 miles. 38 kilowatts is what we're down to right now. And looking at this, 191 estimated miles, and we're at 122 miles to go. It says 2 hours, which makes sense. And it says we're gonna get home at 13%. To me, those numbers don't totally add up, unless we're gonna have a hellacious headwind or something on the way home, because we should get home with a lot more than that. But in any event, we're gonna unplug and start working our way down. There's plenty of superchargers on the way should we happen to need one, which we won't. So we'll hit the road and see what it looks like. All right, so just got home. Took about 2 hours and 10 minutes to get here, 124 miles. 308 watt hours per mile, which the majority of the drive, it was sub 300 until the last like 10 or 15 miles. I got home with 54 miles estimated range, and as expected, shortly after we left, it popped up to about 23-ish% of battery getting back, not 11 or 12 like it said when we left. For some reason, it always underestimates it, and then when I start driving, it seems to clear it up. So that's going to wrap up our outstanding mini weekend vacation up to Central Coast. Got to check out some new Superchargers on the way, as well as, take the car out for a nice weekend. Go see the elephant seals and some different sites up in the greater Central Coast, Cambria, Morro Bay area that we just love. We just don't get there as often as we'd like to. Hope you got to see some cool things along the way, or maybe interests that you might be able to go check out at some point in the near future. But we hope you liked the video. If so, please give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. You ring the bell below, you get notifications all of our future videos. As always, be kind and be real, and join us on our next experience.